We are gathered here to formally recognize those students who have been selected by the faculty of our school for successfully completing their candidacy and are being inducted as new members of our NHS chapter. I am Sophie Slutsky, a senior member of NHS, and I will serve as your MC tonight in place of our president, Kaylee Morrison, who is currently competing at DECA Nationals. Joining us on the stage, I would like to welcome members of the Lawrence Township Public Schools Administration, the high school principal and vice principal, and Lawrence Township Board of Education members Pepper Evans and Joanne Grover. To begin tonight's ceremony, would everyone please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the salute to the singing of the national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. I would now like to welcome Lawrence High School Principal David Adam to the podium.
All right, thank you, Sophie, for both those introductions. On behalf of the Board of Education, Dr. Edwards, our superintendent, Ms. Linda Mithog, who's with us tonight, our Director of Student Services, the Lawrence High School Administration, faculty, staff, Board of Education, we welcome all of our parents and families here tonight to the 2017 LHS National Honor Society's annual induction ceremony. First, I'd like to congratulate all of our seniors who have served as mentors and academic role models this past year. We appreciate all of your hard work and dedication to Lawrence High School, representing our school and community as intellectual leaders, mentors, and very soon you'll be leaving us, knowing that your legacy of academic achievement and clear moral compass was fulfilled. All the while preparing yourselves to move on to the next chapter of your lives, wherever that might take you. Next, I'd also like to congratulate this year's 2017 induction class. Have a big round of applause for our incoming class. Tonight is a very special night for all of us. Unlike a VIP assembly, you remember those from LIS, right? The VIP assemblies? It's not the same. Or even a Student of the Month assembly. Tonight's celebration is a culmination of all of your efforts throughout your academic career. Each of you truly embody the major themes of the National Honor Society, such as character, scholarship, leadership, and service. It is so very impressive to review the resumes of our students, not only for what they accomplished during the school day, which is outstanding all by itself, but more importantly, the work that each of you contributes back to your greater Lawrence community. It's absolutely amazing what you do every single day. We're all very impressed by your ability to balance all aspects of your life and still have time for the extracurricular activities that help to complete your high school experience. After tonight's ceremony, you take up the mantle of establishing the next standard of academic excellence for our school and continue the great work that your predecessors here have left for you to accomplish. I challenge each and every one of you to accept this task and lead our school in the direction that we collectively agree is necessary to drive our culture of academia to greater heights. I would be remiss, though, if I did not take a minute to also congratulate and thank our very supportive parents and extended families who are here tonight. So help me give your parents a big round of applause and thank them. We all know our parents are our first teachers, setting the next generation on the path of wonder, inquiry, friendship, while providing a safety net of protection during their first steps as individuals. Each of you as parents have supported your children to complete the good deeds of our society and have instilled the lessons of dedication, empathy, and morality. You've also permitted the faculty, staff, and administration of all the schools in Lawrence Township to share in the efforts to guide these outstanding students to the successes that bring here tonight. Fully prepared to take on the challenges beyond the walls of our school and into the world beyond our borders. Please accept our gratitude, knowing that we have enjoyed every step along this journey with you and look forward to great accomplishments in the near future of our students. It is my job as the principal of Lawrence High School to establish the academic vision and rigor for our faculty. This sets the stage for the magic, I truly believe the magic that takes place in the classrooms every single day. As a former high school social studies teacher, I take this charge very seriously and enjoying those opportunities of seeing our teachers working with their students, pushing their academic limits, and seeing you, the students, rise to the challenges each and every time. This is why we all love working here at Lawrence High School and look forward to seeing how you will lead our school moving forward next year. So before closing, we need to thank two individuals who put their hearts and souls in organizing the LHS chapter of the National Honor Society. We all know that's Ms. Mao and Ms. Herzog. Let's give them a round of applause. Again, thank you all for being part of our ceremony tonight. Congratulations to our newest inductees. We wish our outgoing seniors a great success. Thank you very much and have a good evening.
It is my pleasure to introduce tonight's keynote speaker, Ms. Ewa Elliott. Born and raised in Poland, she both observed and experienced the communist bloc and the rise of democracy in Eastern and Central Europe. She came to the U.S. in 2004 after graduating from Akademia Świętokrzyska imienia Jana Kochanowskiego in Kielce, which is now Jan Kochanowski University, with a master's degree in Polish language and literature. In 2014, Ms. Elliott graduated from Rutgers University with a master's in library and information science. She has worked as a librarian for grades K through 12 ever since, and as a Polish language instructor on an academic level. As I have personally worked with her, I admire the highly cultured perspective she brings to our school and her dedication to teaching. Please welcome Ms. Elliott.
Thank you, Ruchika. National Honor Society inductees, congratulations. Today, you are being recognized for your scholarship, service, leadership, and character. National Honor Society inductees' parents, congratulations. Today, your children are being recognized, but in a way, you are too. All of the qualities they are being recognized for have been instilled in them by you. National Honor Society inductees, teachers, and administrators, I know how proud you must be seeing your students recognized for their academic and personal achievements. When Ms. Mullen and Ms. Herzog asked me to speak to you today, I was wondering why. There are so many wonderful educators to choose from, and they are asking me, a humble librarian? What does a high school librarian have to say about scholarship, service, leadership, and character? The American Library Association has a sample job description on their website where you can read that to obtain a job as a school librarian, one needs to have appropriate education, check. Report to the school's administrators, check. Supervise library assistants and volunteers, check. That's obvious, right? But wait, there is more. ALA describes librarian as a leader, instructional partner, information specialist, teacher, and program administrator. Sounds like a lot of work. I believe I would not be able to perform any of my librarian duties if I didn't start with scholarship, and this is what I want to talk to you about today. Since the librarians are known to be storytellers, I am going to tell you a story about scholarship and how it became my starting point for service, leadership, and character. Once upon a time, there was a girl. She grew up in a small, traditional Polish home. When she was a teenager, her parents didn't want her to go to high school. They wanted her to stay at home, become a wife, and a mother, like most of her friends. But she wanted more. She ran away from home to go to school. She got on a bus, and then another one, and then walked for a couple of miles, and finally got to school. When she signed herself up without her parents knowing, she asked her teachers to help her convince her parents to let her go. Mr. Kobłecki came to my grandparents' home and didn't leave until they agreed to my mom to go to school. When I was little, my mom was working at our town hall as a clerk. But her boss, our mayor, saw something in her. He asked if she would like to change her job and go back to college, get a degree in library science, organize the library, and actually hold it at our home since the township didn't have the space for the library. And what do you know? My parents said yes. I remember waking up in the middle of the night and finding my mom at the kitchen table studying to obtain her degree. Sometimes she would let me bring my own book and read next to her. I have 3 younger siblings, so those one-on-one moments with my mom were precious. My dad took a night shift at work for 2 years to stay at home with the kids, while my mom studied and worked full-time. I have to tell you, there is nothing better than growing up in the library. When Poland became an independent country, we were flooded with the Western technology and culture. The library was very needed. Besides having books and magazines, we had one of the first color TVs in town. We even had the VHS player. Every Sunday, teens from the town would come to the library to watch movies. Bruce Lee was their favorite. I loved my library. My siblings and I were always there, except when Mom had an important guest like the state library director or another official. At the end of the day, my dad would take us all downstairs to help Mom close. My daily chores included organizing the library patrons' cards in alphabetical order, the book cards in numerical order, and shelving books. But one of my favorite chores was cleaning the library on Friday evenings. Why? Because I was alone with all of the books. I would bring the books upstairs to my room and read and read and read. It was wonderful. As you can guess, my parents encouraged me and my siblings to get education, serve, become leaders, and build our character. But they didn't do it alone. They had help from our public school teachers who helped us discover our own paths. My teachers taught me how to read, write, do math, or attempted, in my case, to do math. But they also taught me how to recognize right from wrong, truth from lie, and fact from propaganda. One of my favorite teachers, Ms. Kosiarska, was very passionate about her subject, history. For her, history wasn't all about old facts, dry dates, or forgotten names, but about stories that lived through us. She told us that we were her first group of students to whom she could teach real history. The communist government used to censor textbooks, and some of the information she taught in the past wasn't true. Some of the facts were twisted to align with the post-World War II propaganda. Some of them were skipped, forgotten, censored, or classified. Ms. Kosiarska said that during her long teaching career, she was not allowed to tell her students that her grandfather was a World War I hero and fought for our independence. She couldn't teach about crimes performed by the communist regime. Ms. Kosiarska and many other teachers taught us the meaning of truth, freedom of speech, tolerance, and why these ideals matter. And with these values, I came to this country, and I learned that they are always relevant. As a librarian, I teach students every day how to find valuable and real information. I teach how to find reliable sources and how to evaluate them. I teach how to connect facts to uncover not only the meaning, but the purpose of the information. Even though I spoke to you mostly about scholarship, remember that you have 3 other pillars: service, leadership, and character. They all coexist and support one another. You need to master their works in unity. Everything you dream of is at your fingertips. Start with the right information and see where it can lead you. My mom didn't have support at home to achieve her academic heights, but she had her teachers and later on my dad. I had best of both worlds, supportive parents and amazing teachers. Who are your pillars? Lean on them and reach for the stars, and then share what you know so you may lead others as well. Thank you.
The lit center candle symbolizes knowledge. Knowledge consists of skills, information, and understanding acquired through education or experience. It extends beyond simple comprehension of a subject by calling for complete immersion in that area. Students with vast knowledge will also possess the drive to obtain greater understanding, distinguishing them from their peers and reinforcing their commitment to the principles of the National Honor Society. Those who are knowledgeable have the capacity to achieve scholarship, the skills to succeed as leaders, the motivation to participate in service, and the developed sense of character that yields opportunity for themselves and guidance for others. By advocating for the accumulation and use of varied knowledge, we hope to support the experiential and educational advancement of our new members. As said by L. Frank Baum, no thief, however skillful, can rob one of knowledge, and that is why knowledge is the best and safest treasure to acquire.
The second candle symbolizes scholarship. Scholarship denotes a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and studying, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when a formal education has ended, for human education ends only with the end of life. Knowledge is one great element in life, which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past, the torch guiding us to understand the present, and the light that illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship. As Clay P. Bedford said, you can teach a student a lesson for a day, but if you can teach him to learn by creating curiosity, he will continue the learning process for as long as he lives.
The third candle represents service. Service can be established in the routine of the day's work, where many opportunities arise to help others both at school and in the community. A willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without monetary compensation or public recognition is the quality we seek in our membership and promote for the entire student body. We are committed to volunteering our time and talents to the creation of a better tomorrow. As civil rights activist Dorothy Heights once said, without community service, we would not have a strong quality of life. It's important to the person who serves as well as the recipient. It's the way in which we ourselves grow and develop.
The fourth candle represents leadership. Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking initiative in the classroom and in school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to reach their common goals of success. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interests for the interests of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a school, community, or nation, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed. Thus, to lead is a meaningful and substantive charge to each of our members. As John Quincy Adams once said, if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader.
The fifth candle represents character. Character is the force within the individual that distinguishes each person from others. It creates for each of us our individuality, our goodness. It is that without which no one can respect oneself, nor hope to attain the respect from others. It is this force of character that guides one through life, and once developed, grows steadily within. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant thought and action, the daily striving to make the right choice. The problem of character is the problem of self-control. We must be, in reality, what we wish to appear to others, to be rather than to seem. By demonstrating such qualities as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship, we may hope to prove by example that we value character.
Will the first row of inductees please join us on the stage? Gabriella Araneta. Gabriella is a hardworking and eager-spirited student. In her free time, she enjoys playing field hockey in the summer and fall, participating in the musical, and singing in the magical choir. Much of her time is also spent planning fundraisers with her fellow officers of Operation Smile. Shannon Arai. Shannon plays an active role in student leadership, Operation Smile, and volunteering in the community. The majority of her time is spent as a member of the varsity cheerleading team during the fall and winter season. In her free time, she enjoys working with animals and traveling to new places. In the future, she plans to attend a 4-year college to further her education in biology. Matthew Augiri. Matt enjoys math, history, baseball, video games, and most school subjects. In school, he has participated in Model Congress, the swim team, and Interact. Declan Barnes. Declan participates in activities such as Math League, Science Bowl, track and field, student leadership, and STEM. Outside of school, he enjoys playing with his siblings and having fun with his friends. In the future, he plans on majoring in environmental geochemistry at a university. Ashwin Bhaskaran. Ashwin Bhaskaran is an avid sports fan and tennis player. In the fall, he plays recreational basketball, and in the spring, he plays tennis. Other than sports, Ashwin also participates in other activities such as STEM Club and the team's engineering competition. Despite the amount of time he invests in sports and school-related activities, he still finds a way to enjoy his favorite pastime, cutting the grass. Milena Bimpong. Milena is in Change in Action, in which she has contributed to educating her peers on issues such as bullying, teen dating violence, and drug/alcohol use. She is also a writer/assistant editor for the Laurentian, LHS's newspaper. She is in both Teen Pep and Student Leadership, in which she strives to be a positive role model for LHS's underclassmen. Lastly, she is in the STEM Academy, and this has been significant to her future career goals. In college, Milena plans to major in biochemistry and later become a pharmacist. Twinkle Brombod. Twinkle enjoys playing violin and participating in the school orchestra. She writes for the school newspaper, is in student leadership, and is part of Tri-M and the STEM Academy. She also volunteers at Robert Wood Johnson year-round and enjoys reading in her free time. Twinkle plans to study social and natural sciences after high school. Sophia Centeno. Sophia is a responsible, committed, and driven student who is actively engaged in sports activities. She is a proud member of the cross-country, swim, and track teams. While she is not studying or exercising, Sophia enjoys spending time with her friends. When time allows, she and her family love to travel. This includes visiting family in Central America as well as exploring new continents. Catherine Chen. An aspiring biologist or engineer, Catherine is also a world traveler. Having visited 3 continents, she has developed a love for gastronomy. But even more than her love of food is her in-depth interest in the arts, most notably in anime, manga, painting, and sketching. Her lifetime goal is to completely master the techniques of digital arts, which she has already begun learning. Sarah Chu. Sarah Chu is a member of the STEM Academy and music community. She is in Science Olympiad, plays the violin and piano, and is in the pit orchestra for the spring musical. She is also on the varsity tennis team and can be found studying for her AP exams. Maylee Costa. Maylee Costa is a member of the Humanities Academy and, outside of school, devotes much of her time to gymnastics. She is a competitive gymnast and loves competing around the country. Maylee also enjoys teaching her class of young gymnasts every week. In her free time, she enjoys writing and hopes to pursue a career in journalism in the future. Mariah Crawford. In addition to working hard on her academics and participating in the Princeton University preparatory program, Mariah enjoys dancing, acting, writing songs, and traveling abroad, as well as designing and creating jewelry. She aspires to pursue a career in engineering where her creativity and innovative thinking will make a difference in the world. Betty Chellin. Betty Chellin is honored to be inducted into National Honor Society. She is an outgoing and motivated student who is hardworking and shows empathy. Betty participates in many clubs and activities such as student leadership, Model UN, and track and field. When not at school, you can find Betty either at the library or home studying for her AP classes. After graduating high school, she plans to pursue a career in biomedical engineering. Brianna D'Alessandro. Brianna D'Alessandro is enthusiastic to be inducted as a new member of NHS. Brianna is a 3-year varsity cheerleader, Arts and Humanities Academy officer, and a member of peer leadership here at LHS. One day, she hopes to attend a 4-year college, but for now, she would like to thank her family and friends for making her who she is today.
Ezekiel Descoli. Zeke has participated in track and STEM for all 3 years of his high school career. He has also performed and been a part of 6 LHS productions, Known to some as Ebenezer and to others as track captain, Zeke is always involved to the fullest extent he can be. Isabella Descoli. If you can't find Bella in the pool with the swim team, you can find her either volunteering at the U.S. Geological Survey, at a STEM Academy event, or singing in Madrigal. Bella also holds the position of Artistic Director in the Laurentian and has helped organize many STEM Academy events, including Toyapalooza, which is this Friday in the cafeteria. Jillian Dower. Jillian spends most of her time in the band room for Red Scare Jazz Band, Pit Orchestra, and the Tri-M Music Honor Society. She holds the position of historian for Tri-M and brass music coordinator for Red Scare. She is also an assistant editor for the Laurentian. On Sundays, Jillian helps teach Jewish American history to 7th graders at the Har Sinai Temple Religious School. Efren de Leon Engon. Efren is honored to be a member of LHS. Efren is dependable and a solid student. He is involved in school activities such as student leadership and wrestling, as well as out-of-school activities like Princeton University Preparatory Program. During his free time, Efren enjoys spending time with his brothers. Efren desires to pursue a career in physical therapy after graduating high school. Joshua Drossman. Josh is a 3-year member of the STEM Academy, the Math League, and Science Olympiad, for which he is also an elected officer. He is very involved in his Jewish community outside of school, participating in a Jewish youth philanthropy group, as well as a peer leadership group. Outside of these activities, Josh is also a member of the tennis team and is a hardworking and dedicated student. Julia Farinetta. Julia is a part of the varsity soccer team at LHS and enjoys coaching both soccer and sailing. In her free time, she is often painting, drawing, or spending time with her family and friends. Justin Frank. Justin is involved in many extracurricular activities, including Science Olympiad, STEM Academy, and Model Congress. He has interests ranging from painting to physics, and he is also an active member of the LHS Theater Company, acting as head mic runner for the current school year. He recently celebrated a victory at a state-level Science Olympiad competition, winning a bronze medal for his hovercraft event. On the weekends, he volunteers for the Veterans of Foreign Wars and as a referee for the Special Olympics. In the future, he hopes to become an aerospace engineer. Justin thanks his mother for her caring support of his academics and his father for being a model of character and fortitude. Morgan Frank. Morgan is enthusiastic about being a new member of the National Honor Society. She is a member of the LHS Theater Company and student leadership. Morgan is the president of the Driver Education Club. When not in class, she can be found on the field playing varsity soccer and lacrosse. In her free time, Morgan volunteers as a soccer coach and works at Maidenhead Bagel. In the future, she would like to go to college and plans on studying physical therapy. Angelina Franceschini. Angelina spends most of her time in the pool as she swims all year round with her club team, Eastern Express. She was on the varsity swim team for 2 years and holds one school record. Angelina plays an active role within her swim community and enjoys sharing her talent by teaching younger children how to swim in her free time. Outside the pool, Angelina takes part in student leadership here at LHS. After high school, she plans on attending college to study in the field of biology. Fernando Gaitán. Fernando is a well-rounded student who is in multiple clubs and programs, some of which are Interact, Change in Action, International Alliance, STEM, and Math League. Academically focused, Fernando was accepted into a rigorous preparatory program for college. He is honored to be a member of the National Honor Society and would like to thank his friends and family for always supporting him. Alexa Gorski. Alexa has been dancing for 13 years and currently dances ballet, jazz, lyrical, and point. This year she is president of the LHS Choral Ensemble. She has been a member of Operation Smile since her sophomore year. She is also involved in Interact and participates in community service projects. Alexa has been volunteering with her second grade teacher and her class at Ben Franklin Elementary School since she was in 7th grade by encouraging and helping the students in activities inside and outside the classroom. Alexa plans to become an elementary educator to inspire children and to teach them to always have fun learning new things. Molly Granahan. Molly has been involved in many activities during high school, including volunteering for the Seeing Eye and raising 3 puppies successfully. Aside from that, she has been an active participant in her equine 4-H club, as well as volunteering for the Therapeutic Riding Barn. Molly is also a current member of Teens for Task, volunteering for the Trenton Soup Kitchen. Skylar Guadagno. Skylar is very excited and proud to be inducted into National Honor Society. She participates in student leadership and is part of Teen Pep at LHS. Skylar is also a 3-year member of the varsity cheerleading team. She plans on attending a 4-year university and pursuing a career in physics and education. She congratulates her fellow inductees and thanks Mrs. Vallon and Mrs. Herzog for their support and commitment to LHS. Kelsey Guzman. Kelsey's time in high school so far was focused on sports and theater. She has directed 2 plays for theater class with success and continues to be involved in the theater company. Besides theater, Kelsey has also been involved in student council and Students Helping Honduras, where she will be spending a week in Honduras to build a school for the village with Ms. Katz and other members.
Veronica Hajduchka. Veronica is a dedicated, hardworking student at LHS. While maintaining a high GPA, Veronica cheers on the varsity high school cheer team during the fall and winter. In the spring, she plays on the varsity lacrosse team. Throughout the school year, she is a competitive dancer. On her free time, she likes to spend time with her friends and family. Katarzyna Hallett. Unfortunately, Kate is not with us tonight, so Maya Rios will be accepting her award. Kate has been on the varsity tennis team for the past 3 years, and she's been running track for the past 2. In the summer, she enjoys volunteering her time at the St. Lawrence Rehab Center. Although still undecided, she is interested in marketing and psychology. She is also an avid member of DECA, for which she is currently competing for on the national level. Sarah Hatfield. Unfortunately, Sarah is not here tonight, so Bella Discoli will be accepting her award. Sarah is the varsity goalkeeper for LHS Soccer and the goalkeeper for Jet Galaxy. She is passionate about volunteering for Op Smile and the Trenton Area Soup Kitchen, where she leads a youth group called Teens for Task. She recently attended a medical mission to Asunción, Paraguay with Op Smile. In addition, she is an active member of DECA in student leadership. Megan Hitzel. Megan spends her time participating in activities with her Girl Scout troop, raising funds for Student Helping Honduras, and community service with the Interact Club. She would like to thank her parents for believing in her and always keeping her on track. David Horn. David holds a leadership position in MathLink and Science Olympiad. He is also an active member in STEM and student leadership. David served as senior patrol leader for his Boy Scout troop and completed his Eagle project. He aspires to study and do research in computer science during college. Kieran Humphreys. At LHS, Kieran stays involved with school activities such as Model Congress, STEM Club, Malay Club with Wolf, and varsity sports soccer and tennis. Outside of school, Kieran enjoys overachieving and recreational basketball, mowing his lawn, being in nature, and generally trying to be an all-right person. Kieran looks forward to the rest of his LHS career and going to a university. Rebecca Jacob. Unfortunately, Rebecca is not here tonight, so Maylee Costa will be accepting her award. Rebecca is honored to be inducted as a member of National Honor Society. She is currently attending the DECA National Competition, or ICDC, in Anaheim, California, after winning first place at both the regional and state level DECA competitions. In addition, she is a member of Model UN, STEM, International Alliance, and the Laurentian. She plays an active role in her church as the choir coordinator and assistant secretary of the youth. Rebecca has been playing the piano for 8 years and has participated in and won first place in public speaking competitions for the past 10 years. Aiden Jodwin. When not working hard in the classroom, Aiden is working at Ewing Sports or Carroll's Christmas Tree Farm. In his free time, Aiden plays baseball for the varsity baseball team, and he volunteers coaching for recreational basketball and Lawrence Little League. In college, Aiden is interested in studying statistics or mathematics. Kyle Jorgensen. As an elite swimmer and Eagle Scout, Kyle helps out anywhere he can, from food drives to class fundraisers to assisting at Morris Hall. He likes history and chemistry and enjoys hiking and traveling. Natasha Kalwachwala. Natasha is enthusiastic and passionate. She plays field hockey in the fall and volunteers at the St. Lawrence Rehab Center every week after school. Natasha is a member of the STEM Club and enjoys going to Princeton with her friends in her free time. This summer, she is looking forward to traveling to Honduras with her fellow SHH members to build a school. Madeline Kimo. Madeline is excited to be inducted into the National Honor Society for her senior year. She is vice president of her class and is involved in varsity soccer, swimming, and Operation Smile. Madeline is looking forward to the opportunities senior year has to offer. Nora Khalifa. Nora is a member and the vice president of the student council. She is heavily involved in the school. She is interested in scientific fields like physics and biology. Nora is also a choir member, and singing is one of her hobbies. Nora likes to dance and listen to music in her free time. She aspires to pursue a career in medicine and attend New York University School of Medicine. Adam Kosova. Adam is an ambitious, hardworking student who does not stop at anything to achieve his goals. Besides his academics, Adam focuses on his after-school activities such as track and field, the club CIA, and working hard at the Princeton Preparatory Program. He is passionate about and greatly enjoys helping others through his volunteer work, making music, spending time with friends, and always being there for his family.
Emily Ma. Hardworking and passionate, Emily is a member of Debate Team, Interact, and Tri-M. She is also the political cartoonist for the Laurentian and a cellist for String and Pit Orchestra. In her spare time, Emily enjoys reading, drawing, and playing ukulele. Maria Monteroso. Maria is a dedicated, compassionate, and high-achieving student who enjoys challenging herself and overcoming her struggles. She is a member of the Princeton University Preparatory Program and Teen Pep. She runs cross-country and track, even though she was not able to run this season. She also volunteers at her church and enjoys spending time with kids. When she's not at school, the track, or at church, you can find her traveling the globe. Ryan Morris. If you are looking for Ryan, you can bet he is likely somewhere on the move. You might find him running cross-country, swimming, diving, or lifeguarding in the pool area, or out on the new turf playing lacrosse. If you have no luck, then he could be doing community service for Special Olympics or collecting food donations at a local grocery store. Or he might be playing alto saxophone at a jazz event, or singing some strange Chinese tune for class. In the future, you might see him wearing the white coat of a physical therapist, but for now, be on the lookout for the tan minivan shuffling his brother and him off to some school or sporting event. Harshal Nawade. Harshal has participated in STEM activities such as Science Olympiad, Math League, Science Bowl, and Teams. Harshal has a leadership position as an officer for the Math League team and earned a medal in Science Olympiad. This year, the junior teams team qualified for nationals. Natalie Ordonez. Natalie is someone who enjoys helping others. Here in Lawrence High School, she is involved in 2 clubs, Operation Smile and Students Helping Honduras. Natalie has raised over $200 for Jorge Fidel Duran Middle School in Honduras. Outside of school, she is involved in several volunteer activities. Natalie can be found teaching and guiding kids as well as doing community service. Grace Ann Reznikov. Grace is really excited to be a new member of National Honor Society. Outside of school, you can find her at Operation Smile. She recently came back from a mission to China in November and hopes to go on many more in the future. You can also find her backstage as a stage member for the LHS Theater Company, which she is an officer for as well. She is also on the varsity soccer team and participates in DECA and student leadership. She plans to attend college and pursue biology. Victoria Reznikov. Victoria is very excited to be a newly inducted member of National Honor Society. She is an officer for Operation Smile and the Theater Company, as well as a stage manager. She also plays on the varsity soccer team and is an active member of student leadership in DECA. In the future, she plans on attending a 4-year college pursuing a career in biology. Maya Rios. Maya is a member of the STEM Academy, the music department, and an athlete for Lawrence High School. She is also the treasurer for the Tri-M Music Honor Society and a cellist for the LHS Orchestra. She is also a varsity player for the track and field team. She is interested in pursuing a career in public health and eventually working at the CDC. Matthew Seeberger. Matthew is a 3-year varsity swimmer specializing in both spring and long-distance freestyle, as well as the 200-meter IM. Out of the pool, he works with the theater company as the house manager and gives out the raffle basket for each show. In addition, he has also played the role of Ernie in the 2016 senior production of Rumors. Between 200-point swim season and experience on stage, he tries his best to be well-rounded. Robin Seidman. Robin has been a member of the varsity softball team for 3 years and is a captain this year. She is hoping to pursue a career in a STEM field with a medical emphasis. She hopes to minor in Spanish and has been a member of orchestra as a violin player since the 5th grade. Samia Shetty. Samia Shetty could not be here tonight, so Sarah Chu will be accepting her award on her behalf. Samia has been a part of the girls' varsity tennis team since freshman year. Since ninth grade, she has also been an active member of the STEM Club, Science Olympiad team, and Women in STEM Club, in which she serves as an officer. Samia has also been a part of the Model UN team for the past 2 years, as well as DECA, where she has qualified for the international competition for the past 2 years. She is also an active member of Operation Smile and has been accepted to attend a medical mission early next year. Outside of school, Samia is interested in Indian classical dancing, which she has been doing for the past 10 years, and Girl Scouts, which she has been doing for the past 11 years. She has achieved her bronze and silver awards and is currently working on her gold award, which is the largest silver service project a Girl Scout can undertake. Shreya Shetty. Shreya Shetty could not be here tonight, so Emily Ma will be accepting her award on her behalf. Shreya plays first doubles with her sister Samia on the school's varsity girls tennis team, and she has been on varsity since ninth grade. She is actively involved in STEM, having served as an officer of the Women in STEM Club and member of the LHS Science Olympiad team for the past 3 years. Shreya is active in Operation Smile and is elated with her acceptance to medical mission training in Rome this summer. She will be able to attend a medical mission early next school year. She has been in Model UN and DECA, where she has also advanced the international competition twice. Like Samia, she is also an Indian classical dancer and a Girl Scout. Shreya, too, has achieved her bronze and silver awards in Girl Scouts and is currently undertaking her gold award project. Haley Simpson. Haley could not be here tonight, so Margaret Tran will be accepting her award on her behalf. When she is not in the classroom, Haley can be found swimming laps up and down the pool or running circles around the track. She has been involved in both the swim and track teams for the past 3 years and loves not only the sports but the friendships that have come along with them. Outside of athletics, she is involved in DECA, for which she is currently competing in Anaheim, California at internationals. Haley would like to thank her friends and family for all of their support.
Sophie Stokeman. Sophie is a passionate student who's a member of Students Helping Honduras and a crew member of the Lawrence Theater Company. She works as a tutor for elementary school students after school. In her free time, Sophie likes to sing and run her own bakery. Harshith Tenapali. Harsh is a musician and a swimmer, and above all, he tries to do his best academically. He has participated in such activities such as Red Scare, General Music Department activities, Model Congress, the Laurentian, and he is now delighted to add NHS to that list. Athena Thomas. Athena was born in Columbus, Ohio, and raised mainly in Lawrence. When she isn't in school, you can find her playing softball for the high school team. She's an avid activist and has taken an interest in law. When Athena grows up, she plans to be a civil rights attorney and would like to live somewhere warm. Margaret Tran. Margaret is a hard worker and is very passionate, thanks to the loyal, positive, and supportive people in her life. Thanks to the opportunities she has been given, she's a three-season runner. On the debate team, she plays piano and violin. When she has free time, she generally enjoys embroidery, calligraphy, and making art for her friends. Devin Tulamalo. Devin is a member of the LHS concert choir since the 9th grade. He was also inducted into the Tri-M Music Honor Society. Devin has participated in Operation Smile. He also joined the theater club this year. Devin is also on the Special Olympics Mercer Sailfish swim team, along with the Special Olympics cycling team. He has also won gold medals in each sport at the state level. Jack Ullman. Jack is a closer, an accomplished guitarist. Jack's good friend and protege, Eddie Van Halen, says of him, "Jack is the best. He taught me everything I know." Jack volunteers at the after-school program at Lawrence Elementary School, where a student once said, quote, "I would not be alive to speak to you today without the divine grace of Jack." Jack could not be reached for comment because he was busy having his likeness sculpted into Mount Rushmore. The bottom line is, Jack Ullman gets results. Roja Vanapartha. Roja could not be here today because she's competing in DECA, so Jillian's here to receive her award. Roja spends her time doing many extracurricular activities, which include the marching band, student leadership board member, the Laurentian newspaper, varsity track and field, secretary for Tri-M Music Honor Society, and DECA. She gives back to her community and volunteers for the Yes We Can food drive, as well as playing her clarinet for senior residents at the senior center. One day she aspires to become a successful businesswoman and entrepreneur who also gives back to the local communities. Victoria Wierzchowski. Vicky cannot be here either, so Lauren's here to receive her award. Vicky enjoys playing soccer and lacrosse for the high school team as well as in her free time. She's very involved in DECA, Students Helping Honduras, and student leadership. She is currently competing in the International DECA competition in California. She would like to thank Lauren for accepting her certificate today and congratulate you all for your great accomplishment. Ethan Wild. Ethan is a proud member of the high school swim team, as well as Tangents, the school's creative writing club. When not in school, he enjoys participating in club swim teams and working towards becoming an Eagle Scout. Aliza Workajowicz. Aliza is a passion for music and science. She plays piano in the orchestra and jazz band. She is also involved in the Trium Music Honor Society. Aliza is the officer of Science Olympiad, the STEM Academy, and the Chemistry Club. She is also an officer for Model UN. Aliza intends to study material science or engineering in college and is always excited to learn. Yongxing Zhao, also known as Coco, is excited to be a new member of the National Honor Society. She's on the varsity tennis team as well as the golf team. She's a member of Students Helping Honduras, and she hopes to go on a mission this summer. When she's not in school, she likes to create different varieties of art, especially painting. She'd like to thank her family and friends for all of their support. Jennifer Zoll. Jennifer Zoll cannot be here tonight, so Julie is receiving her award. Jennifer is a junior involved in many activities here at Lawrence High School, including athletics such as soccer and track, as well as Students Helping Honduras, student leadership, and DECA. She is sorry she cannot be here to attend the induction ceremony, as she is currently in California competing at the DECA International Competition. Sarah Zoll. Sarah Zoll is also in California right now, so Madeline will be receiving her award. Sarah is an all-season athlete participating in varsity soccer, basketball, and lacrosse. She also enjoys being a part of DECA and is currently at Nationals in California. She's excited to join LHS and would like to thank all of her family, friends, and teachers who've helped her get where she is today. I now invite the new members of the National Honor Society to rise and join me in the National Honor Society Pledge. I pledge to maintain high scholastic standing, to hold as fundamental and worthy, untarnished character, to endeavor intelligently and courageously, to be a leader, and to give of myself freely in service to others. In doing so, I shall prove myself worthy of a place in the National Honor Society.
Juniors. Let me begin by congratulating all of you on your achievements and thanking all of your families for their support and encouragement in helping you understand the true meaning of success. Well done. I am honored to have worked with Mrs. Herzog this year as co-advisor for the National Honor Society. This experience has breathed life into my instruction of the humanities as I try to share with my students the wisdom of many of the great thinkers of antiquity who have tried to define excellence, and in doing so have attempted to articulate how to create a better humanity. Juniors, you are our great builders of tomorrow. Achieving the distinction of membership in the National Honor Society demonstrates that you have achieved success in scholarship, leadership, service, and character. However, the purpose of this distinction is to encourage you to continue your good work. For just as the ancient Greeks learned, so must we, that glory or glorious distinction without honor is limited and momentary. My question to you is, now that you are a member of the National Honor Society, how will you continue to lead? Whom will you now serve? And what will you commit to doing in order to discover the purpose of this achievement? Please look beyond tonight's glorious distinction and apply the fundamental pillars of success in order to create a foundation upon which to build your lives and enrich the lives of others. Honor what you do and seek not glory, as glory will inevitably find you. Congratulations.
As Ms. Mallon's co-advisor, I too am privileged to enthusiastically add my congratulations to the 2017 inductees into the Lawrence High School chapter of the National Honor Society. But before we conclude tonight's ceremony, allow me a few moments to share my perspective on exactly what living in the spaces among the pillars of scholarship, character, leadership, and service actually looks like on a daily basis, at least from the vantage point of this teacher. It goes something like this. 7 a.m., check email. Mrs. Herzog, I have forwarded the title of a new book on the Supreme Court. Thought you might like it. Like it? I loved it. But what I loved most was the students' infectious enthusiasm for exploring new ideas. The lesson? These students are discovering the application of the symbolic pillars central to this evening. They are thinking. They are sharing new understanding and perspective. I believe it was Ralph Waldo Emerson who stated in The American Scholar, his Phi Beta Kappa Society address at Harvard, that, quote, man thinking is the world's eye. He is the world's heart. Back to the day. 7:30 a.m. Mrs. Herzog, where's Miss Mallon? We've got to check the props for our Festival of Dionysius. I'm sure she's here somewhere, and the props are probably all set. I'm thinking, a sword here, some grapes there. How complicated could this be? Little did I know that props in humanities include entire constellations, complete with lights, of course, Achilles' tent, and the requisite chariot with wheels. The lesson: just when we are quite certain that we have destroyed the creativity of an entire generation with a culture of federal and state-mandated testing, these students delight the Lawrence High School student body with their unique, creative, and thoroughly entertaining 21st century interpretation of an ancient Greek text. Thus, another day typically unfolds. 5 to 7 p.m. Actually, it's more like 24/7, any day, January, February, March. LHS prepares for Cardinal Jeopardy, our annual charity fundraiser, which our current members and inductees have witnessed in 3 different incarnations as Teacher Jeopardy, Student Jeopardy, and now Cardinal Jeopardy. We, Ms. Mallon and I, instruct members of LHS, and they will now recruit a minimum of 4 student teams, 12 teacher teams, develop 26 questions categories, and write no fewer than 10 questions per category, attend weekly and eventually bi-weekly evening meetings in January, February, and March. Transform someone into a large red bird, feet not included, to perform bird pantomime during the lunch periods. Resurrect an electronic buzzer system designed by a former LHS member about the time the current members entered kindergarten. Design a logo, transfer said logo to posters, advertisement, forms, post, distribute all of the above, improvise variations on a Jeopardy theme in every key, major, minor, augmented, and otherwise, and play said improvisations in the main entrance at 7:15 a.m. Become Alexa Trebek's. Transfer the 4 rounds of 6 categories, 5 edited questions, each to computer programs compatible with the 2016 Chromebooks and the ancient existing projection system. Here's the key. No problem, you think? Check with Mohin, Nadine, and Will, who spend an entire Sunday in the LHS parking lot typing said game board. Give up sleep, give up calculus, give up government, lang, lit, prob stats, bio, chem, physics, theater, sport, dance, scouts, family. Do they ever give up trying to juggle it all? No, they don't. Did I mention that the snack bar proceeds exceeded the previous 2 years' sales combined, and that the junior teams graciously let Mr. Rowe maintain his reigning championship status? Thanks, guys. The lesson: innovate, inspire, surmount endless obstacles, and have fun. Infectious fun. Belly laugh fun. And this summer, a full 6 months after our event, pause and know that you have changed the world for the better. Or at least your little tiny small slice of Mercer County, because the Homefront Children's Summer Camp program has the necessary monies to exist because of you. As most of you know, I could go on, but the cookies are getting cold, and these few examples, this tiny slice of their daily lives, should more than illustrate the extent to which they personify the qualities colleges and universities deem essential in tomorrow's leaders. I quote, "Admissions officers will tell you that they seek those who desire to make a positive impact, to make the world a better place." And thus, here we are at the annual crossroads of these young scholars' lives. Our seniors on the precipice of what I call the long goodbye. Don't worry, kids, Mal and I aren't going to start crying. The bittersweet celebration of their final weeks in high school, and our juniors poised at the starting gate of the now infamous college process. Together, they will complete approximately 485 advanced placement exams in the next 2 weeks, while continuing to meet the daily demands of their numerous sports and extracurricular activities. In their spare time, the juniors may tackle another round of SATs, SAT subject tests, and ACTs. And that DECA group, the 7 inductees and the 10 members of NHS who are also with them, they'll be flying home on the red eye and turn right around and jump in next Monday. To you, our members and inductees, remember that in surmounting all of this, you must never lose sight of who you are, and know that more often than not, you will get it right. To you, the parents, families, and friends of the students assembled here, we, the faculty and administration, thank you for entrusting us with your children, who now stand before us on the threshold of adulthood. At this time, would all inductees and our existing current senior members please rise and face the audience? Would you all join me in applauding the members of the Lawrence High School chapter of the National Honor Society? At this time, the members and inductees will recess. Please join us in the foyer for the Getting Cold cookies. And as you'll notice, Mr. Williams is here, armed and dangerous with his beloved cameras. If your family wishes more photographs, he's more than willing to oblige. Thank you. Good night.